You know, everything is done with respect, right? I know you know. I mean, come in, let's talk about it. But don't do too much. Don't come in doing too much. Walking like a boss, yeah, but wait, don't do too much. Come sit down, let's talk, yeah, but first don't do too much. What you got going? Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much. People overstepping, overreacting, overreaching, doing too much, period. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about it. Don't do too much.
Welcome to the Don't Do Too Much podcast, where I am your host, Monica Mays. Guess what, y'all? It's Thursday. Yes. Yet another Thursday has arrived. This is our 14th episode. I just told Tony that, and he was like, I'm on like 7,895. But anyway, I'm on my 14th episode of Don't Do Too Much. Yes. So look, y'all, as always, I have a special guest. I'm so excited to have this guest with me on here today, y'all. I've been watching this young man since he was a little something, little old something. And so we're going to, yeah, so he was a little boy, running around there with little Tony and carrying on. But I am so excited to have Pastor Terrick Banks on the show with me tonight. And we're going to let him tell a little bit about himself as we get further into the show. So as you guys know, this is the show where we keep it real. We keep it simple. We keep it honest. We keep it open without overdoing it. Terrick, welcome to the show.
I'm honored to be here.
Welcome to the show. Oh, sound man. He's trying out some new sounds on us tonight, Terrick. Okay. All right. So, as always, I do want to give a few shout outs. I'm going to give people a time to get on this live, and I want to give a few shout outs tonight. Of course, it's always shout out to anybody celebrating anniversaries and birthdays and new jobs, new babies, new booze, whatever you celebrating. Hey, just celebrating life itself. That's always a good thing.
While we mentioning booze, though,
okay, booze.
Let me shout out to my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, to my wife, Janika.
Hey, Janika.
And Janae. And of course, I gotta shout out my church, right?
Better.
Let me shout out Pilgrim Rest, the Rest Memphis.
Okay. All right. The Rest. It's the Rest.
It's
right?
the Rest.
Yeah.
I heard him tell somebody the other day, the real Pilgrim Rest.
The real Pilgrim Rest.
Okay.
We're the real one.
Okay.
We're the real one.
Let's see. So we're gonna shout Janika.
Shout out Janika, Janae. And they're actually going on a little trip of vacation. And so they left me here to have to preach by myself Sunday. But we're here.
Okay.
We're here.
All right. Yeah. You're gonna do fine. You'll do fine. All right. Shout out to you, Janika and Janae. So today is July 9th. Today it would have been my mom's 69th birthday. So I definitely want to give a shout out. I woke up this morning. Y'all, I'm doing much better than I used to be doing now. I woke up encouraged this morning. And so I miss my mom so much, Terrick. If you still have your parents, your mom, your dad, and you had a relationship or you have a relationship with them, y'all cherish every moment that you can with your loved ones. We were just talking about Tony and his mom and dad still being here with him. And unfortunately or fortunately, I was blessed to have two moms, and both are gone. My dad has passed, but my moms have passed. But I have a little video that I want to play. Let's see here.
That was my favorite picture.
Which one was it?
Handing the baby down to me. Yeah.
In the middle of the ocean. Man, I just wanted to play a couple snippets. I hope I captured a few family members, but shout out to my mom, Wanda Faye Young Marion. My mom died in 2020 when COVID came about. She went in the hospital for a small infection and something minor. And the last conversation we had, Tony, I think you remember it was maybe 2 days after our anniversary. She called and was like, "I'm at the hospital. You guys can't come." And so, y'all, I just say, as I say, cherish every moment that you can, because you don't know when it will be your last chance to do so.
And
so
while we talking about mamas, let me shout out my mama, because my mama is still alive and my dad is still alive.
Yeah.
So shout out to the two people that got together like they did in the Bible and knew each other. And
they got to know each other. They didn't know
each other if they didn't, but they made me
several times.
Yeah.
A little too much, but anyway.
Don't do too much, Tony.
But shout out to my parents.
Yeah, shout out to Terrick has some awesome parents. I love me some Katie Banks, man. You have some really good parents. So yeah, shout out to them. It's gonna be a good day, y'all. All right, let's see. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I see a few people on live. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys. Continue to follow me. It gets gooder and gooder every time. So I'm glad you guys are on the show with me. So Terry, we're gonna jump right in because I don't want to waste any time. So if you could tell us just a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself. We want to know you. Who are you? Who is Terrick Banks?
I am Terrick Banks. I am a Memphis native, of course, graduate of Southwind High School.
Okay.
A bachelor's in arts degree, graduate from American Baptist College in Nashville.
Okay.
And just most recently, I obtained my master's of arts in Christian ministry from Memphis Theological Seminary. And actually, I'm the last graduating class, unfortunately, before the school closes this month. Man. And so I'm excited about that. Happy to be young, black, fly, and educated.
Yes, ain't nothing wrong with that. Black and educated.
What they say, clock it.
Yeah, clock that.
Yeah, and so I'm excited about that. Of course, I am married to Janika I'm a bonus dad or other dad. If
he a newlywed,
I am a newlywed. That's one of the questions, so I didn't want to tell.
No, go ahead. Okay. Let's jump on in there.
Cool. So yeah, I've been married now 6 months. Actually, July 2nd was 6 months of marriage, and so
I know y'all had to drop y'all baby off a whole lot.
I ain't gonna tell you my secret. You see the honest pause?
Yeah.
We have to go see a man about a horse. Ain't that what y'all taught us?
Hey, we understand.
Ain't that what y'all taught us?
We still have to go see a man about a horse. Hey, I got you.
And so yeah, we've been doing that. In fact, I've been pastoring now. Next Sunday will make 4 years total
awesome.
that I've been pastoring Pilgrim Rest. And so that's a little bit about me. Anything specific you want to know?
Well, that time really went by because I remember me and Tony came when you did your first sermon, and 4 years. It doesn't even seem like it's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years in Lake Grove, and shout out to the late Brian Eric Bartlett Sr.
Absolutely.
Who installed me, baptized me, licensed me.
Yeah.
And we cherish that memory always. Absolutely. And Lake Grove came over, and y'all have even been by to celebrate. I think y'all came by last year actually for the anniversary.
We've been a couple times.
Yeah, when Pastor Mitchell preached. I know I remember that one for sure. And so, yeah, it's been 4 years.
Okay, so we won't miss this opportunity. You're at Pilgrim Rest. What's that address over there?
Pilgrim Rest is 1394 South Willie Mitchell Boulevard.
Okay.
Formerly known as Lauderdale. Willie Mitchell was a famous trumpet player who recorded on the studio right down the street from the church that is still in existence.
Okay.
And they're actually still using it even as we speak. And so We're right there on Willie Mitchell at 1394.
All right. So if you don't have a place to go, you can always visit the Grove on Weaver Road, or you can go to the Rest.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
That's right.
Okay. Good job. All right. So I think you kind of covered this already. How long had you been married? So you've been married for 6 months.
6 months. We got married on January 2nd of 2026. It was a phenomenal time. I still reminisce over the videos. Just because it was the best wedding I ever been to.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
So
that's what it's all
So
about.
6 months.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, Tom, do we have any comments or anything I'm missing?
You sound better. You sound much better today.
Okay.
Hi, sis. Good evening, everyone. And Felicia says she totally understands. She lost her mom when she was 57 years old, and it hurt so bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just didn't want to miss anybody. Okay, so you've been married for 6 months. So Tony and I have been married for ever. How long we been married?
I was gonna say, what, about 50 years?
Yeah. Look.
Be 34 years.
34 years, y'all. Tony, you have to keep up with that kind of stuff. I can't keep up. I
Is that 34 years this year?
34
and
years.
My parents are 32 years this year.
Yeah.
Because I'm 33. That's how I keep up with it. They're always a year behind.
They're okay.
So
you know what? I guess I can't keep up with how
I keep up with it by Tasia. She'll be 36 this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so,
All right.
yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, look, guys. So anytime during the show, please feel free to dial in at 901-438-3520 if you have any comments or anything you want to share with me or my guest that's on the show on today. We're going to dig a little deeper. We do have a topic. Our topic is men, your woman is a reflection of you. Do you agree or disagree? So we're going to get into the topic. But before we do that, I still got a few more questions, probing questions for Terrick. And then we'll talk about the topic and then we'll flip back. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right. So, Terrick, you've been married for 6 months to this beautiful, because she's a beautiful young lady. I've seen pictures. I haven't met her, I don't think personally, but she's a beautiful young lady. Yes, she is. Okay, I see your face. Yes, she is. You better say that.
Yes,
okay. Beautiful. So, what was the moment that you knew that she was the one? When did you just know that she was the one?
I think what solidified it for me was like a few years ago when we were in the dating process. And this is the truth. You go into relationships as a person and you are flawed.
Yeah.
And not just as your experience, but who you are personally is flawed. Stuff like this for y'all who want to get married. Credit ain't all the way good, and money ain't all the way that good. And so in those moments, it was the moment that I knew that I could be honest with her and trust her with my honesty and it not become a lynching. That she did not use my honesty as a rope to hang me.
Yeah.
But she welcomed it, and she would say stuff like, "Oh, that ain't nothing. It's all right." And when I got to that place, I was like, wow, because I had dated previous people before. And in that experience, you tell them you broke, then they're like, what you doing with your money?
Man, look, I say it all the time. This dating scene right now, this ain't for the faint at heart.
No.
And you, the fact that you can open up with her and be transparent and honest in this dating time.
Yeah.
When people don't allow too much or you a weak man, or you you this or you that, and so to be able to be transparent with her, man, I applaud her. Just on that alone was a catch. She a catch.
Because you want to be able to talk to your person.
Absolutely.
And so that created a space for me that I had never experienced with anybody else.
Yeah.
Where I felt like, I could tell her today I almost jumped off the bridge, and she ain't gonna be like, you should have did it.
Exactly.
So,
well, we talk about this all the time. Well, I'm not the host of Too Many Heads, but they talk about it all the time about how men can really be vulnerable. And sometimes women will look at that as a weakness instead of a strength. And so it's good that you have found a person that accepts you for you and is willing to go through those things with you.
Yep. I think the ability to share is actually, I really think it makes me more of a man than less than a man.
Absolutely.
I think it gives me the place where you can be vulnerable
Absolutely.
and still be respected as a man.
Yes.
You know, those are really like, you'll never know what they feel like until you get it. And when you got it, you're like, oh, this
I
is
better
good.
hold on.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, I can just tell her I don't feel like it today. And she'll be like, okay, but she'll tell me, well, you know, you can do this, right? So it's that.
The encouragement.
Yeah, you
I
love
love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that for you, Terrick. I really do. And it's not often that you hear young people speak about those type of things. They so busy about other things. So that's important.
Yeah.
That's important. Okay. So look, what's one thing you appreciate about your spouse now that you didn't when y'all were dating? So you know, when you're dating and when you're married, that is so different. I don't care what nobody say. It's different being married and dating. And so what's one thing that you can honestly say that you appreciate more now that you're married that you didn't when you guys were dating?
You know, this is a strange reality, because some truth to this is most people don't like to acknowledge weaknesses. They only like to acknowledge strengths. So for me, if I had to give one thing, because I think I can give you like several, but I'm gonna be obedient, because you know we want people to be obedient in church. So since it's your show,
now I'll cut you out, but you good. Keep going.
I think the one thing that will sum it up is this one word. The word is multifaceted.
Okay.
It's interesting because I think a few weeks ago we were leaving VBS and we were at home, and she asked me randomly, how would you describe me? And I said, multifaceted.
Okay.
And the reason being is because, and kudos to just really good women, you really don't realize how much women have to be what Paul says in the Bible. I've learned to become all things for all people so that the gospel might abound. Well, you don't really realize how much women do have to be like all thing to all, you know, even just in the context of home, you know, you have kids. Janae is 6, she'll be 7 in September, and she got to be mama to Janae. She has to be a wife to me. She had to still care for both of us in different ways. Then as a pastor, it don't make it no better. And because she's such a creative, you know, she's multifaceted. I tell her all the time, you really are creative. Sometimes I just don't think you be wanting to do it because you know you're so creative. But I think because she's so multifaceted, that is the one thing that I can appreciate, because Janika can not just cook meals, she can clean. She knows how to be a good mother. She can be a great wife. She knows how to book all the trips. So I don't know nothing about where I'm going, when I'm going, how I'm going. All I know is that we're going, you know, and so there's a lot of things. Even some people probably won't talk about this. My wife, I don't even dress myself for trips.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't do that. She just grabs, she orders whatever. And so because of that,
coordination, have y'all started coordinating yet?
We do it, you know, this generation coordinate in strange ways. You know, used to be you coordinating y'all wear, because I'm pretty sure y'all got one of these pictures somewhere with the whole jogging suit on or something. And then if you got on what they used to call a bone, and then he might have on a bone. Well, this generation coordinates, but it's different. So if I wear one this color, the coordination might be, I'm just gonna wear a hint of this, and you just gotta catch it. But we are not going to wear the same outfit. No,
I don't think. Well,
we don't necessarily wear the same outfit. She like the same colors.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna be in the same scheme now.
Yeah, now we might do that, like especially for stuff like Easter. Like the color scheme was like brown and tan. So of course we pulled it in where we were all in shades of brown. But it wasn't exactly the same.
Now look, I'm gonna say this. Y'all know an older couple that rocks it, beats it to death with the coordination. Who am I talking about? It's
the Loves.
Yes, baby. They be on point. Do you look?
The Love.
I'm gonna take some lessons from the Loves, baby, because they be on point.
I think they do a phenomenal job. I don't think I will be taking any lessons from them. They do a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I don't know them personally, but I know every time I see them, they coordinate.
They do from head to toe.
Yeah. Okay, Tony. Any comments before I? Okay, what I need you to do for me now, if you don't mind, babe, go ahead and play the video for the topic. The topic again, guys, is men, your woman is a reflection of you. Do you agree or disagree? And I think this is a good way to pivot into the topic.
Men might not want to hear this, but your woman is a reflection of you. And I've never seen a woman who is loved correctly and healthily fully let herself go without her man intervening. So when we hit those moments of we starting to fall off, that affirmation, that confidence building, baby, let's do this, let's get you together. A man can bring you back to yourself as his reflection in such a way that she gonna take that bonnet off. She gonna want to look good for you. If you ever want to see how well a man is loving his woman, see how well she takes care of herself. And you'll see a woman so put together like, man, I know you being loved at home. I could tell by the way your skin glowing. I could tell by the way your edges is laid. I could tell by the way your nails is done. Versus you look at a woman who done had all the energy sucked out of your life. He putting you through it over there, girl. Your hair ain't been done in months. You ain't shaved them legs in a minute. So if you feel like the woman is letting herself go, ask yourself, your woman is your reflection. Am I loving her correctly to the point that she wants to show up as her best self? What can I do to even take her away from herself, right? Because as our safe spaces, sometimes it's not your man doing anything wrong. We deal with a lot of mental stuff. Sometimes your mind is attacking you. Sometimes your emotions is getting the best of you. I need you to come and fight for me. So keeping me safe ain't just keeping me safe in the streets. Keep me safe from myself so much that I don't get to attack myself. And you come and intervene on my behalf when I start to let myself go instead of leaving me or cheating.
You know what? You right. We're shitting that in Bush Reflection. Because you know what I heard? And listen, maybe I got some healing to do. Because maybe what I heard is, the reason I'm not getting my dick sucked properly is because of me. And I'm telling you, listen, for sake of time, I'm not going to fight back on this, but I think there's a pocket of men that's getting frustrated with everything, even the shit you not doing properly being our faults.
There's no accountability for women.
It's like, you know, you think I always want to eat your coochie? My nose all pricked up.
I said yes. She said yes.
No, there were times I
yes.
don't. And then sometimes be 15, 20 minutes. I can't talk afterwards. My jaw's swollen.
Okay, you can cut the video off. I think I did not listen to the end part of this video. But you get the gist of what she's saying or what they are saying. And so when I first saw the video, I have my own perspective. And my perspective is I agree and I disagree. And so, Terrick, I'm going to ask your perspective as well. I agree to a certain extent, but I also disagree to a certain extent. And so let's say this. This statement usually sparks strong reactions because it sounds like it places all responsibility on the man or removes accountability from the woman. The truth is more nuanced. A woman is not simply a reflection of her man. She is an individual with her own values, personality, choices, and responsibility. However, a man's leadership does have a significant influence on the environment of the relationship, and the environment often shapes how both partners show up. And so when she talked about how you can see a woman and you say, oh, she must be loved correctly because she carries herself in a certain way, or she's always happy, always pleasant, always. But if you see a woman where she's always disgruntled, always upset, always uptight, looks a mess, then you would probably think maybe not so much. And so I agree in a sense because like, I think that I want to carry myself in a way that reflects my husband positively. And so when I am with Tony or whether I'm not with Tony, I'm going to always carry myself in a way that's decent and in order because I feel that I am a reflection of him. So Terrick, tell me your thoughts.
So I think I agree. I think I can see both sides of even what I don't know if you fully gave us your disagree, okay, but I do feel like I kind of heard it, and it may be towards individualism,
right?
That the woman is her own individual.
Yes.
So I guess I'll speak on these terms. I think I both agree and disagree with you.
Right.
For one, I do think that there's a truth, and I'm gonna give the other side of the truth first, and that is a woman is her own self.
Individual.
And I think just like the woman is her own individual, I think the truth is the man is his own individual too. So it kind of places the perspective to suggest that I almost can't expect you to live up to a standard that represents me if you don't even know what really represents you.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a result, I think first that, of course, each individual person, especially a woman, I think she does have to embody her own being, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
But then again, I do think, culturally, it does make sense. Likewise, as the young lady was stating in the video, that we represent each other. And I think it's vice versa. I think I represent my wife and my wife represents me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's not just even in looks, it's even in decisions.
It's in everything.
There's things that even as I'm maturing, and you notice I said the word maturing, because I don't want anybody to think that you call me on here because I'm a perfect person. I am a person who is perfecting, I'm learning, I'm maturing, I'm developing. And even recently, I've had to take time to develop and learn some truths that if I make certain decisions, those decisions may be good for me, but they also may still have a negative effect on my wife. And those decisions still do actually speak volumes of her too.
Right.
And so I think it's very intentional. I think it is. Even when you think in scripture, right?
Yeah.
Genesis, I'm sorry, that's the helpless preacher in me.
Go on.
In Genesis 2:24,
Yeah.
it speaks about becoming one flesh.
Yeah.
And so we got to embody those realities that I think is like a double-sided truth that we got to live, that you must maintain being your own person.
Yeah.
But you also have to submit to each other in such a way that you realize you are not just your own person.
Mm-hmm.
We actually become one too.
Right. And I just think the disagreement for me is women are individuals. We have our own individuality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we can't let the fact that my husband is the leader or the head of the household, I can't let me slip from what I'm supposed to be doing, in other words. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I think that's why I pushed on the front end by saying, if your representation of you represents you the way you represent you, then it already explains to me how you would probably represent me.
Absolutely.
See, you have to have, to me, you should have a standard before you got to me. For me, it's the importance of, I didn't just start wearing suits because I started dating this young lady. No, I always kept myself up, but now it's even more important for me because I don't want them to be like, your husband always look throw it away. No, I don't.
No, he don't.
No, I don't.
Right.
I get a haircut.
Same for her.
Yeah,
she don't want to be right
don't.
here like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Tony, I think you want to say something. You like you busting at the seams. What you got, babe?
Man, I agree.
Say it.
I agree with her 100%.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying about the end of and Terrick, both you guys made good points, but you're individuals before you got together.
Right.
And like Terrick said, that becoming one, if you're talking marriage or if you're talking long-term relationship, man, you at that point now you're looking beyond individualism, right? Now we're together. We're growing, we're building together. And so when she said what she said about now, when if I look at a woman and she looking like she's glowing and her man really taking care of her, I get what she's saying.
Right.
And I get the point of what she's saying. I know she's taking care of her man because you can look at how he's what he's doing. So I see that. I see, I visualize what she was saying as she was saying it. I'm sitting there saying, that's my wife. Like my wife is this person she's describing. And I think even when you said you disagree, when I heard you really was saying the same thing she was saying. Right. You were just kind of saying it maybe in a different way, but you were still saying the same thing. So in essence, you really do agree with her.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of times, we that's the reason men say we don't want these women that say, I'm a very strong, independent woman. We don't want that. Because if you're a strong, independent woman, you don't need me. And if you don't need me, what am I here for? Sometimes as men, we want to be needed. We want to know that we're needed, because if we're not needed, what's our purpose?
Right.
So
yeah, I think I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think I remember talking to somebody before.
Yeah.
And I was telling them she was like, I don't know if the person really wants to be a man. And I was like, well, have you affirmed him
Right
as the man? She's like, I ain't gotta tell you,
but you do.
You do, because it's really like an invitation. It's an invitation for me to be your man,
right?
Because if I broke in, it's like a thief, right? If a thief breaks in, he just forced in.
Yep.
And what you should not do, at least in my perspective, is he should not have to force himself in as the man, but he should be, it should be an invited invitation to see if, he can't be the man. When you were talking, Elder Mays, I'm sorry, I got, this is just my respect. When you were talking, you were saying something, and all I started thinking about is that old colloquial thought about, if a woman driving a dirty car, you can already tell she ain't got no man.
Man.
And so that's why I wash your car every week, baby.
You keep the car clean.
Well, every other week. I try. But yeah.
Get her the pass, the little thing where you can just drive through there. Because that's what I do.
But even as when you think about the woman and she's representing the man, or the man is representing the woman.
Yeah.
So if Terrick is out, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what Terrick is doing.
Yeah.
Terrick is representing his wife. So if Terrick is doing something that's unbecoming, well, guess what they gonna do? I saw your husband doing such and such and such, because he is out representing her. I remember back in the day.
Not back, don't go too far back. Okay?
Yeah, I gotta go back here when I rode motorcycles. Monica boy did not like me leaving the house riding that motorcycle. And it probably wasn't for I want you to be safe. But she knew that groupies hung around the motorcycles. And people, I had my motorcycle, the color of my motorcycle at the time before I got it painted was like a whole lot of other color motorcycles. And it was a lot of red dudes riding motorcycles. People would tell her, I saw him pulling some woman. And I'm already saying, I already know I ain't pulling nobody. You can't even come over here and ask me to pull you, because I'm not, because my wife is crazy. And I would get home. Somebody said you was pulling. You was put. No, I sure wasn't. And so I went and got, she'll tell you, I went and got my motorcycle painted a whole different color, like a whole unique color, so nobody could say I'm pulling nobody.
Yeah. Good.
I represent her.
Tell the people again how crazy your wife is. Okay.
Yeah, she was.
But no, seriously, that
ask that lady in Holly Springs.
Tony, didn't I just tell you don't go too far back? Tell that man to behave. Okay, listen. So anyway, yeah, the moral of the story is, I guess I agree more than I disagree, because I do feel that you are representing each other. Like, you are whether you're together or y'all in two different sides of the world. You're a representation
I do
of
think
each other.
though that you do speak to something.
Yeah.
For me, and I'm not saying this is a cultural agreement.
Right.
I think for me it is important though, for the individualism side. I don't think I'm alluding to that it cuts you off or that y'all are separate.
Right.
But I do think for me, it helps me to know that when I looked at my wife, that she was already keeping herself up. So I know that she can keep herself up because she looks like I would want her to look. And so I think that's the individual side. And I think it really is like a good piece, especially for our generation, man. This is the fly me out generation. And, this is that generation. And I used to tell people all the time, can you fly yourself out? You have a standard that you want people to meet, but
can you meet the standard?
Can you meet your own standard?
Yeah, because here's the caveat back to what we're talking about. If you already know how to be flued out, because you know how to flued yourself out. And I know grammar people, but if you want to be flued out, then you know how to handle being flued out. And the first thing you see is why almost, and I'm kind of just going around, but I'm coming back.
I
see why people now, when they get flued out, they'll spend everybody else flued out money because they couldn't flew themselves out.
Exactly. And they brand new to being flued.
Yeah. So it's like, what was the standard before? Because who you are, what you look like, how you represent yourself as an individual.
Absolutely.
You probably not gonna change that just because you get with somebody.
You're right.
And that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about the individualism from that standpoint, because before you meet with somebody, before you hook up with somebody, you looking at that anyway and saying, first of all, if I don't know myself, if I don't understand myself, know myself, love myself, I ain't gonna be able to do none of that to you, Terrick.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be no good to you, Mona.
Yeah.
So I got to be. So when I'm starting to date or look at that, I'm looking at that and say, she carry herself. I already looked at Monica and said she carry herself a certain way. I love this about her. She takes care of herself. I love that about her. So that means she has some care for herself.
Right.
And if she care for herself properly, she'll know how to care for me properly.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. I agree with that.
Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. All right. Do we have any comments? I think I see one, babe. Go up.
Yeah, Miss Phyllis says, good evening. Congratulations on your marriage. She said, I don't know your wife, but you actually described your mom awesome and blessed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to meet your wife. Look, I'm hearing some good stuff about you, girl.
We're gonna have to do that couple thing again and get them on the couple show. I did a couple. We actually did couples and singles, but I'm trying to do a straight couple.
We need just a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole panel. It won't, of course, it'll be in. Yeah, but we'll have a whole panel. Yeah, we had them single people on there.
We had Brene Bartlett on the show with the couples. A disaster.
I'm praying for my sister. It's gonna be okay.
Yes, no, that's my girl. Brene is Brene is really my BFF. All right, so look, y'all. So leadership. What do you guys, since I got both of y'all on the show with me tonight, what do y'all feel about the leadership part though? So leadership is not about control, it's about influence. So a good leader earns respect through integrity, consistency, patience, humility, and love. These qualities create emotional safety, making it easier for both partners to communicate openly and grow together. And so what do you think about the leadership aspect of the reflection of the person being the reflection of you? So what if you have let's say you have a couple where the man is not, because you mentioned something earlier, Terrick, you said you're not perfect. And so I don't know well, they probably are, but I don't know too many people that are looking for perfection from people, because we're people. And so no one's going to be perfect. And so, but what if you have a couple who the man is not properly leading and you're trying to reflect yourself from the man? I get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So
I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna let Terrick. I just want to share this story.
Okay.
On that show that we talked about, we had Dr. I can't even think her name right now, but I'm talking about the couple, the doctor and the pastor.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
She talked about how her husband was doing any and everything.
Yeah, she did. Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to correct him and tell him how to get it straight, live his life. And she said she was talking so much and God was trying to deal with him, but he can't hear her. He can't hear God for her in his ear. Mm-hmm. She said God told her, shut up. Mm-hmm. Shut up and let me deal with him. Mm-hmm. I can't deal with him while you popping off your gums and you trying to tell him how he need to behave, how he need to do this and do that. And it was until then, she said, that I had to sit still, let God work so he could become the person that he is now. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about that, when you talk about leadership, right? Mm-hmm. If God can't deal with the head, the rest of it is gone. Right. And that's why if you go back to, and I really hate to do this, I don't really care to do this, but when you talk about the government and the old black homes back in the day, their primary objective was to get the man out of the household. Mm-hmm. So if they got the man out of the household, I can destroy the rest. I can destroy the black family. And that's how they destroyed the black family. Mm-hmm. And they got all the women on welfare. Welfare wasn't even made for black women. Y'all know who welfare was made for? White women. Mm-hmm. White women that had lost their husbands to whatever reason, and they wanted to be able to care for the widows. And they created welfare. Just so happened we came along and said, "Oh, welfare. it wasn't even designed for us. So if the devil can get the man out the household or get the man on the wrong path, then I can destroy that entire family, that family dynamic, right? So what I want to do is, I want to, as a leader, first of all, I want to understand what servant leadership is. That's the best type of leader you can be, as a servant leader. And when you understand servant leadership and you become a leader, that's how leadership is attractive to women. We talked about this morning how women, like, preachers and pastors, because they look at that and they see you whether you have a name brand, you're a name brand or not, but they see that power in leadership and they want you, they desire you, even though they know you got a wife. Come on, Terrick. You've been married 6 months. I bet you in 6 months' time, you still have been approached by several women in 6 months' time.
And
because it's the lure of it.
Yeah, and being young, it becomes even more difficult. It's a discipline trait that you literally have to work on, right?
Yeah.
And it's a discipline trait that I have to make sure that I'm trying to work on and keep molding and making it. And then there's another side of the discipline trait, because I'm only sure the discipline that it takes a wife of a pastor to have to contain,
Because I'm sure I'll speak for you, boo. I know there's a time that you probably want to just pop off. Because I know women. Yeah.
I think that leadership piece is a great thing. I like the story you told. I think the other pivoting piece is that even as a leader, right, you have to be, the key thing is you have to be more than a hearer. You got to be a listener. And I think most people don't even kind of get that. Some people do, but they, there's a difference, people.
Yeah.
In fact, I was thinking about this earlier. If it ever came up, I work a job where I answer phones, and I was thinking, I ain't gonna tell y'all the job because I'm about to tell y'all the story.
Okay.
And so I was working the job, and I was taking a call. And just this past Sunday, I mentioned how Nehemiah has this moment of selective hearing. And, selective hearing says, I'm going to hear what I want to hear. And then so I was thinking about that just the other day, and I was taking the call, and I didn't hear nothing that lady said. I mean, let me say this. I heard her, but I was not listening. And so to correct that thing, I had to say, could you repeat that again for me? I'm so sorry. And she repeated it. Of course, she don't know what was going on. Right. But when I came to, I realized I was not listening. So when I thought about that, though, I had to think. Yeah. So when I thought about that, I had to think about that even in my relationship, that there are moments as the leader. Hear me well, because I have to do it as a pastor. As the leader, I have to hear from God, but I also have to hear from the people right next to me.
Absolutely.
And so I have to do the same thing with my wife. To me, that's my reality. My reality is there are some things that God may be telling me, but let's even be more realistic. God doesn't talk in human form. So could I be missing God talking if I don't listen to my wife sometimes? And so I think sometimes the true reality is I'm learning that sometimes I have to choose to hear me, but listen to her.
Absolutely.
I really said something powerful.
Yeah, you did. But that's the communication piece. Yeah, that's the biggest piece of it. Communication. When you're talking about leadership, you got to be able to communicate and not just communicate, but communicate effectively. And that means talking, speaking, and listening, hearing. God gave you one mouth and 2 ears for a reason.
Yeah. He says that be slow to speak and quick to.
There you go.
That's scripture. They've been doing this thing on TikTok. You seen it where they asking, is this Bible or is this cap? That's Bible. That is not cap.
Not cap.
That is Bible. But yeah, I do think that's a part of their leadership. I like the story you told though, because I do think there are moments where God does have to, deal with the person. But I also think there are moments where God does have to allow you to note that your wife can give you some that he needs you to hear too.
Right.
And so I'm literally developing and learning. Like,
I love this.
you know,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I don't have a problem with
But that's where don't you think, let me ask you this, Terry. So don't you think that's what, because when we talk about again, this morning we mentioned this about God is not the author of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So if your wife is coming to you with sound doctrine, just sound advice, that's not gonna create no confusion. It's gonna actually have you to say, baby, that's good.
You know, it creates confusion, but let me tell you with who, and y'all can argue with me offline because I don't do all that Facebook arguing. It'll create confusion for the insecure person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you are insecure,
I 100% agree.
Yes, this creates confusion. If you are insecure, if somebody tell you something, you feel like that's an insecurity.
Yeah.
But for you are stronger, at least for me, I am stronger when I can humble my intellect enough to say I am the man. But you know what? God might be actually telling her something. And for me, again, in ministry, I have to do it a lot because there are some things my wife can say that I'll be like, oh, I didn't think we were doing revival. I'll tell you that we were doing revival. And I said, you know, I'm going to hold the offering to the end, you know, let people give after the word. They'll be more susceptible to give after the word.
Right.
And the first night, they did not give like I thought they would. The next day, my wife was like, I think you should put it in the middle. And in my head, I wanted to say, you know, I'm the pastor.
Right.
Do you know that I'm the pastor?
She was giving you wise counsel.
You know, in my head, I was like, do you know that I'm the pastor? But when we got in church, guess what I did? We're going to do the offering right now. And when I got through, I said, well, I guess you was right.
Right.
But my point is, you know, just as that leadership, leadership piece, you got to be willing to
not allow your ego to say
you have to be secure in yourself that you don't have all the right.
Absolutely.
I don't understand that part where the woman can't tell me nothing.
Right.
My wife offers me very wise counsel sometimes. Sometimes I can be in my, I don't want to say it. I can be in my feelings, right? And I may not be thinking clear.
Yeah.
Right. And then she'll say, well, baby, this is just this is my wife, baby. Now this is just a suggestion. This is how she tells. She always come. She hit me with that calm voice. And baby, now this is just a suggestion. And then when she say it, and then I might say, well, then I think about it, I'll be like,
it do make sense.
But that's a part of learning each other because like Tony is and I'm more of a calm person. And if I approach him wrong, then he's not going to hear anything I say anyway.
Nothing.
And so I have to approach him in the right way. Yeah. And that's a part of learning each other.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that wholeheartedly.
Oh, Chad, this is some good stuff. I don't know where we at. We done went all over the place with this one, baby.
Just talking.
Yeah, we just having a whole conversation.
Keep it organic.
Y'all just doing too much.
Yeah, doing too much. So let's see.
Your brother said invite Terrick and his wife to the paint and sip.
Okay, I will give him the invitation before he leave, brother.
Thank you.
My brother will be turning 50, y'all. I think he just wants y'all to know his birthday coming up.
Anyway, don't do my brother-in-law like that.
Shout him out.
Look, his birthday next week. He'll be turning 50. He's from Ohio and he's coming to Memphis. We're hosting him a little gathering. So I'll give the information, Terrick. Okay, you like Terrick. Terrick's saying some good stuff, ain't he, bro? All right. So look, we just talked a little bit about the communication part. And that I just mentioned to you with Tony, because Tony's a Leo and I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn. We've been married all these many thousand trillion years, and it hadn't always been so where I've been able to effectively communicate with Tony. But I can honestly say that because we know so much about each other now, that I know when to back up, I know when to wait a minute, I know when and how to approach him about certain things. So what's one communication habit every newlywed should develop? What do you guys think? One communication, and I think we kind of touched on it, the part about listening and hearing. And so that probably be the one I would say. But can y'all think of another communication we can offer someone who's about to get married, or they may be married and still working on that thing?
You know, your wife is over here. She's trying to make us simmer all this stuff into these small pockets of life. And I just don't think they fit the pockets, because hearing and listening is one, but as a 6-month married person, I don't think I have a direct answer, because I think communication is such a broad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It is so broad, because when we think about it, you mentioned it. We talk about hearing and listening. Okay, cool. But you really mentioned something else that is a key thing that we have to develop. Everybody don't communicate the same way. My wife is not a communicator when it comes to talking.
Yeah.
She is a 21st century generation millennial.
Okay.
She is a texter.
Oh.
But I got a little old soul, so I'm not really a texter. I won't sit and talk.
Yeah, have it come. Okay.
And so I'm having to learn sometimes, and she's probably gonna tell the truth, but I'm gonna tell the truth for you, so you don't have to tell the truth. I'm not that good at it. As much as I wanna learn how to, and I probably will at some point. Like you said, it's been years for y'all. I'm not that good at reading them texts and then want to have these conversations. I'm more of a
let's just have a
if she'll tell you right now if she wanted to. She could text me from the bedroom and I'm in the front room and tell me something, and I am not gonna text her back. I'm gonna get off the couch and I'm gonna go to the room and say, now why did you text me that? Because I'm just a communicator. But I think the piece that I'm getting to answer your question is, it's literally learning how to navigate communication, because it's so broad. It's learning how to navigate who is the listener and who is the talker, who is the texter, who is the talker, who can talk and think straight while things are calm, and then who's the person that needs to let things calm and then talk.
Yeah. I need your dad in the room. Let me help you. I've been married. We've been together 36, married 34. Those non-verbal clues. You got to learn. When she said earlier, learn your mate, understand their love language, understand those cues, those verbal cues, non-verbal cues. It sometimes people don't say nothing. Their body language, facial expression, everything tells it all. If I walk in the house and Monica's looking a certain way, I give her space.
Yeah.
If she coming in, she looking sad, you okay? If she talks about it, I know she is something she want to talk about. If she does not, give her space. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand that, and that's learning the person.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna do that in 6 months or a year or 2 years, because as you said, I'm growing, I'm learning, and you are becoming. You understand? You always becoming. It's not when you get married you become one. You are becoming. You're constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly. And people change. Your wife in 5 years ain't gonna be the same as she is now. You ain't gonna be the same. If you are, you're not. You kind of standing still.
Right.
You guys are gonna grow. You're gonna grow, and you're gonna learn each other. And as you grow, you're gonna develop and learn other cues, other ways of communication. You like you said, I'm learning. I'd rather go in there and talk. But you, at some point, she may say, I understand my husband want to talk about it, so let me talk about it. So that's part of growth.
Probably does.
Yeah.
She probably, in fact, I know when I come in there sometimes she'll be like, now why are you
just
coming?
Right.
And at the end of it, it's funny because it's growth. The beautiful thing is it's growth, but for me, it's never a growth that is like, I can't stand it. It's growth and it's like, this is so funny. Like this
it's cute.
Really, it's like this is when you bag off her, it's like this is really funny.
Has she got on your nerves yet?
Do she get on my nerves?
I'm talking about like that. I can't stand you, but then I love you though. You ain't got to that point yet.
Not yet.
You ain't
got
to that point yet.
Now
I can't stand you, but I love you.
You better. You better. Yeah.
Maybe her.
bro. Keep living.
It's coming. It's coming. But
keep living.
Maybe I heard, but I don't think it be to the like I was just saying. I don't think it ever be to the point of like it's like she might get on my nerves or something. But it's like, man, I'm not going nowhere.
No, you ain't going nowhere now.
To the other room in bed.
Right. This to death do us part.
Literally, babe. You heard,
death do us part.
Literally. Okay. So I know you mentioned you guys have a little girl.
Yeah.
So how important is that quality time though? How do you guys balance that time? Because you do have to. I know you have to have family with all of you guys, but then you also have to have that me time, that time for just you and her.
Yeah, so one of the unique things that I did, and I actually didn't start this when I got married. I actually started this while we were dating. I always had in my mind never to be that pastor that when I die, my children can only say, we gave him to y'all, and he never was at home. And so even before we were married, before I was even proposed to her, I was already doing stuff like Mondays, I wouldn't go to the church.
Yeah.
And Fridays would be my night with her and Janae if they wanted to do something. And still to that day, that's kind of how I operate. I go to the church Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I get up and go Saturday for a moment just by myself for meditation. Just sometimes I just go to just walk and be there so I can feel the space before Sunday. But I try to make sure that majority of the time, Mondays and Fridays, I'm literally at home.
Okay.
So that becomes a part of my intentional way to make sure that I'm not present, but I'm present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know the role of, even preaching and even with that, like I don't do a lot of going to a lot of services. And sometimes it's just more so because I just don't ever want her to feel like I neglected her for church when the first ministry for any person should be home. And so that's one of the intentional ways.
Yeah.
I try to
make sure there is some intentionality.
Yeah, I try to make sure we
have to have some type of intentionality.
Yeah, we go out to eat or we do some or I know
even if it's just Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
it could be at the house.
We do a lot of that. We do a lot of watching The Shy and what's the other show that Raising Kanan? Yes, I watch Raising.
Watch
Kanan
Nemesis
and The Shy, and we have a good time with those things. And so that's one of the ways that we do it.
So let me ask you this. How has it changed with your friends and family? So being married, you have to balance out being a pastor, being a husband, being a father. Now you have to balance out being a son and being a friend. So how has that changed? Has anything about that changed for you?
So I think if I'm honest, that didn't change because of my marriage. That changed because of my ministry.
Okay.
I think from a standpoint of ministry, I pulled away from just family. And, some of them probably have never wanted to ask and don't know. So let me tell you why you're listening, because I know you're listening. I pulled away because I have to separate my ability to pastor you and shepherd you in a way that doesn't allow me to still be a stumbling block for you. And so a lot of times, even with my own parents, I don't just go to their house every day like that. I might not go once every 2 weeks or so, but it's not because I'm avoiding them. It's because my parents are my members. So I have to shepherd them as members while still giving respect to as mama and daddy. And so I don't think it really hindered my family or my friends with my marriage. I think when it comes to my mom and them, they actually talk to her more than they talk to me.
Okay.
And
I talk to my mother.
I ain't gonna say I lost some friends. I just separated myself from people because there were some things. Yeah, because there were some things that people were still doing. That I didn't want to really continue to be doing, not being married, because it would pull me back into that life. And I think that's probably why we've lasted as long as we did, because I pulled myself away when I could have stayed out there, still running the club, still doing this, doing that, when it was just going to lead to problems later. So I pulled away.
I think that's a balance, I think even with my culture and generation, that is something that we have to look into that. There's nothing wrong with being friends with your single friends.
Right.
But your single friends don't always have to think like you do as a married person. They just have two different dichotomies sometimes, that what you think and even how you will handle something as a dating person may not even be the same response to how you have to handle something as a married person. And so I think,
but do they respect you in your marriage?
You asking me?
Yes, because when they don't respect you in your marriage and they still trying to get you to do single folk stuff.
Yeah, so
that's the problem.
Yeah, so I think for me that's an easy one, because most of the people I deal with, they married.
Oh, yeah,
most of the people I don't really hang with a large group of people.
Right.
I'm very I'm the weirdest introvert extrovert there is.
Okay.
I'm extrovert because I'm a pastor and I have to deal with people.
Yeah.
But if you ask my wife, 9 times out of 10, I am at home. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to be judged. I always say I don't like people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's okay. That's
I'm 100% with you.
Right. It's okay.
Monica tell you I don't like groups of people. I don't like.
Yeah.
But now when I'm around you, I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah, like that's my weird energy, and it's not that I like, I got this cane and neighbor, I slew you type thing. No,
oh Lord.
No,
well, I hope not.
But it is a weird thing where just when you're trying to, for me, not to spiritualize, but for me, if heaven is a real goal. Then there's a level of integrity that I have to develop. And sometimes you cannot develop that with people. You have to develop that with self. And then you have to stay true to self in all of that. And so for me, I think, that's the caveat to my friends. The real balance is I'm always with somebody like Pastor Brian Eric Bartlett Jr., but he's married.
Right.
And so a lot of times those people don't just become and remain friends or brothers. They remain accountability people.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's always good to have an accountability partner. Yeah. So I had some funny questions. So don't you answer these because I want us to stay good. So Terrick.
Well, why you want me to answer?
So Terrick. So who is most likely to say I'm sorry first in your relationship?
You saw how quick I answered that?
You?
Me?
I'm gonna ask his wife.
I need to ask her. Look, I'm not.
Well,
you better glad I ain't got a number because I showed the caller right now.
We're gonna do a mojo on him.
I put her live on air right now if I had a number.
Last night I told her this question was on there, and I said, now
call in if you listening, baby.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry first. And it's funny, she probably get mad for me telling this, but I'm gonna tell it because I got the mic and I can do that.
Okay.
So last night she was a little bothered by something, not nothing I really did. It was we had to get the baby a new iPad, and the iPad had cellular device system on, the line, so she could take it wherever. Well, we had to get the new iPad, but the line wasn't working. And so she was trying to get me to do it over the phone. And I just said, well, just bring it home. And I could tell then she was a little bothered, a little irritated. And she brought it on home and she gave it to me. And she went on in the back and she texted me like, you got it done. And I knew I had got it done. But I just said, since she acted like that, and so I took it back there. And when I took it back there, she was like, you get it done. You get it done. And I said to her, are you going to say you sorry first?
Ooh, boy.
I said, are you going to apologize first? Because you didn't have to have that attitude.
Right.
Because it wasn't even with me in the first place.
Right.
So that's
he don't know yet.
But that's why I say I'm the first person to be like, I'm sorry. Okay. Because I'm the person who'll be like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize for this, but I think that's also a part of my conscience.
Okay.
My conscience right now in this phase of life, it's just like honesty. It just kind of makes me even if I'm wrong about something, I ain't gonna lie about it.
Right.
I'm just gonna tell you the truth. And even if it hurt, least you can say, he told me the truth.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So who do you think would be quicker to forget an anniversary, you or your wife? When I wrote this question down, I said, in all honesty,
Monica can't never remember.
It would be me.
She never remember.
If I can't put it in my calendar, I'm gonna forget it.
I don't think it's been long enough to figure that one out.
Okay.
And this is why. Because I kind of keep up. I know that like for 6 months.
Yeah.
I went and got a 6-month gift.
Okay.
I knew what day it was. I knew it was 6 months.
Did she know it was 6 months?
She probably knew, but I'm the one who's like speaks aloud a lot more than she would.
Yeah.
She's she real introverted.
Okay.
And so even she not just introverted with people. So for all them people who think she just real funny, she's an introvert for real. Even at home, I have to go be like, you all right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good. And so I don't know if she forgets. I think I'm just the one who kind of like real quick to do something because I just feel like I gotta celebrate. So I got up and I went to the store and I came back and I had like 2 cups, Frost does the 4 cupcakes in the box.
Yes,
so if you do 4 in the box, that means it's a whole.
Mm.
Well, 6 ain't a whole, that's a half.
Oh.
So I got 2 cupcakes in the box.
Okay.
And bought her a gift and said, happy 6 months.
Oh, now that's sweet. It's just a simple treasure.
That's why getting them brownie points.
Right, the simple treasures. Look, Terry, we didn't overdid our time. We just having this conversation. I didn't let the time just slip on.
It was
but
good.
This been some good stuff, Terry. I got so much more I want to ask you. It's almost like I got to get you to come back.
You got to get him and his wife.
I am, and I think we will do the couples thing again. We'll circle back around. That was really interesting. But Terry, thank you so much for coming. I had so many more questions. Look, I got a whole sheet full of questions I want to ask.
You want to do one for the road?
Yeah, I do want to do this last question. So if you could leave one message for a couple getting married tomorrow, what would that be?
Choose right.
Okay.
Choose right. When people ask me about Janika, I was like, I chose right.
Absolutely.
Not that God had just showed
you found right.
Yeah, like I found right. I chose right. And the crazy piece is I wasn't even looking. I had told myself, this is the comical side of it. I had told myself before Jamal met Dr. Carey, I had told myself I was going to be like Jamal Bryan. I was just going to be a single pastor and go. And I wasn't really even looking. And when it happened. We connected. And for me, I don't think I could have I know I couldn't have probably chosen a better person that allows me to authentically be me, pastor as me. Yeah. She allows me to be Terrick at home and still have all this vision because sometimes all I think about is just church. Yeah. And I know she probably get tired of it, but she don't say nothing too quick. She just listen.
Yeah.
And sometimes she move ahead and do stuff and be like, I already did that for you. And so choose right. Yeah. Make sure you choose somebody that don't just look good. That's a part of it because you need something.
Those looks will fail. Those looks will fail.
But you need something to keep you coming home now. So
yeah. You got to keep it together. But
don't put it all in there. But make sure you choose right.
Absolutely, I love that.
That hot tour keep you coming home.
Hey! Stay focused, babe. Stay focused, babe.
I heard something about that, but I don't really know what all that is.
Stay focused, babe. Y'all talk offline. Tony, we do have some announcements. I want to go ahead and get the announcements up real quick if we can. This has been a great show. Tech, I really appreciate this. I'm a circle back with you now. Don't avoid me when I call you again.
I'm 10 minutes away from you.
Man, I enjoyed this so much.
All right. The 2 Men in Hat tent campaign is currently going on. It started July the 1st. It's running to October the 31st. October 31st. Not everyone has a place to call home. You can help change that. Help provide shelter, dignity, and hope for the unhoused, for our unhoused neighbors. You can sponsor a tent for $25 by simply Zelling or Cash Apping. You can Cash App $2 Men in Hats 2024. You can Zelle 901-428-3822. And I didn't put up the actual date that we're giving the tents out. But Terry, you missed it. If you had came last week, you would have saw so much stuff over in this corner. We have sleeping bags that we're giving away this year, blankets, tents, the big hiking backpacks, personal care items, gloves, hats. And then so also with that, Monica is actually doing a coat drive. Yes. She's doing gently worn and new coats for the unhoused. You can sponsor a coat for $25 or you can just go buy one and donate it. Her campaign is running August 1st through October 31st, but I can tell you she's already been collecting coats. She probably already have about 35 coats or so. You can cash out her at $Amazing Money, or you can Zelle 901-428-3822 so you can donate as well. And so if you don't, you don't really know where this is going, let me kind of show you. This is last year's tent drive where we gave away tents to the homeless tents, and we had a few backpacks but this year is going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure Terrick is familiar with this park. A lot of people go to this park, Morris Park, 747 Avenue. And we're going to be here the Saturday before Thanksgiving, doing this with all of our partners. Just to list some of our partners, we have Little Yard Creations, Uniquely Designed Lab, Whitehaven Saints, Diamond Delights, Lake Grove NBC, Don't Do Too Much Podcast, Amazing Investment LLC, Misfits Tattoo Studio, The Will the Artist, American Tuxedo. And so these are just some of our partners who have partnered with us to make all of this happen. And so you can be a partner too if you want to. And more importantly, we need your help. Just to come out there and donate your time. If you don't have the money or the resources, we understand, but you have time. So you can come out there and donate your time. It's for a good, worthy cause.
All right. Thanks, babe. I appreciate that. So again, guys, this has been a great night. We've gone over just a little bit, so bear with me. I got too excited with my guest tonight. Didn't want to let the conversation go because it was some good stuff. But Terrick, thank you so much. One thing about Terrick, when I called him, he did not hesitate. He was like, what do you need me to do, Monica? And I'll be there. And I really appreciate that, because some people I've called and they got the big head and didn't want to be on my show. But you was humble enough to say, I got you. And I really appreciate that. It's just about having the real conversations with people and to hear different perspectives. That's why I really love gaining homing in on different age groups and things of that nature, because I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other, but I do want us to have some honest conversations where people can talk about some of those things that, people just don't talk about. Yeah. So I have some closing remarks.
Merch.
I also have some merch. Look, Tony, I'm trying to read sign language and I can't. I don't have my glasses on, babe. But anyway, if you like to support the Don't Do Too Much podcast, I also have merch available. These tumblers are on sale. I do have them available now where I don't have to order them. So I have them available. They are $25 on the tumbler. It says Real Talk, Good Vibes, and Big Energy. You can put them on your desk. And that little cute picture, that's me. And y'all might not think it's me right now, but it's me, y'all. It's me. So I would like that support, as well as I have my t-shirts packaged up now. They are available in different colors. So this is like a greenish looking color. I have the black and then I have the pink. So if you're interested, we were out of town in New Orleans this past weekend. I had my bucket hat. My signature is my bucket hat. I had my little bucket hat on and my t-shirt, and I was able to talk to so many people, just sparking up conversations. So as you guys are supporting me and wearing the t-shirts, you can kind of tell people to tune in and just be a part of this good venture. I know that this show may not be what people want it to be, but I think it's exactly what it needs to be at this time. And I'm just so thankful for the growth and then the opportunity to be able to be on this show and have this voice and be able to speak my truth. So thanks again, Terrick. I really appreciate you. So my closing remarks, guys. So a man's leadership often influences the atmosphere of the relationship, and that atmosphere influences how both partners thrive. Healthy leadership creates space for both individuals to become better versions of themselves. A healthy relationship often brings out the best in people, but it doesn't replace personal accountability. Your partner can influence you, but they don't determine your character. Only you can determine that. So thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll be on here on next Thursday. I have a special guest in the Pastor Brian Bartlett Jr. will be on the show on next week, and I am looking forward to having a conversation with him on next week. So I had Terrick this week. I had Sam Clark last week, Gwen Powell last week, and I had Terrick this week, and I have Brian Bartlett Jr. on next week, and I'm looking forward to that conversation with him. So thanks again, guys. As always, we're going to leave with the saying, every day may not be good or great, but there is always, always, always something good or great in every day. Money out. I love you.
You know, everything is done with respect, right? I know you know. I mean, come in, let's talk about it. But don't do too much. Don't come in doing too much. Walking like a boss, yeah, but wait, don't do too much. Come sit down, let's talk, yeah, but first don't do too much. What you got going? Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much. People understand.